You first and then do the after party at club. So I want to find, I think.
Do Prestige. They got a speakeasy. You could do like a club part, and then you can do like the speakeasy for like the later part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Prestige used to be, so they don't use the rooftop of Prestige anymore.
No,
But you know,
I
they
never
used to
been
be
to
the
Prestige before.
pool club.
Yeah,
Vesper.
Yeah, Vesper.
Oh, yeah?
Bro, oh my God, that's my dream spot to do a pool. Oh my gosh.
But they got, Prestige got the pool?
I don't know if they do, but you know, they used to be Vesper Pool Club before they had it. It had a
The pool closed like 2 years
On the
ago,
rooftop?
right?
Yes, it was on the rooftop. That pool, fire.
Oh, that makes sense.
I take a look at it and see, though. See, there's some new guy got it, Dave. I don't know if they got the pool part.
Yeah, Dave got the whole thing. That's all it is.
Does he have the pool?
I think he has everything, yeah.
Yeah, I got to contact Dave.
He was saying it was 3 parts. Because I was trying to get him to get books on a Saturday for restaurant week. But he was saying something about the speakeasy. Like, we can't use the main club. Somebody booked it, but we got to use the speakeasy part.
But yeah, no. That spot's nice.
Speakeasy part.
Hola! Welcome back to In the Fries, where we keep it hot and spicy. My name is Smitty Stokes. I got my wonderful co-host with me here today. Let them introduce themselves, per usual.
I'm John Greaves.
Look at exactly.
And Mr. Godfather of the game.
It's not be a boss, not John Green. Don't let tell you. My name is Jay Biz, and
But not chicken pa beni.
I was too busy John how we bring up my baby on TikTok.
No, not Jay Hollywood. I think when the place was eating chicken pa beni.
Yeah, no. Remember that.
And we have a special guest today that needs no introduction. The hottest promoter in the game in the Philly nightlife, Miss GoodTime JT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here today, but I'm happy to be here too with you because I've been wanting to dig into your little brain. I've been seeing you on the scene for like a good couple of years. I'm new to everything, very new to everything, but they always book you. I feel like, let me say, and I told you when I first saw you, I said you are the most loved, you're the most hated. But it's a beautiful feeling.
Definitely.
Because it's like, no matter what, they're still talking about you. That's what Wayne said, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So we're going to get...
All publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, definitely.
And the thing about it, right, like, she's one of my favorite people. I mean, she's nice. She's one of my favorite person. Yeah, I like GoodTime JT. All caps.
GoodTime JT?
I like her.
Everybody keep on calling your name, right?
Bro, she's cool.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know you, how did this journey start for you as a promoter, as one of the best hosts in Philadelphia?
Okay, so first, let me just start off.
Or the best host, let's say that. How about that?
So one, I'm originally from Trenton, New Jersey. So I carry Trenton, New Jersey on my back everywhere I go. 50 states, international. I want you to know that I'm a product of Trenton, New Jersey. Over the years, I never seen myself being an MC. Never. I can tell you that right now. As you can probably see my height, I was a baller. Played basketball, scholarships, full ride, and I have broke my kneecap freshman year of college. So it was really, ball was life. I played ball since the age of 3. If you see me, I'm very straight shooter. I don't really care. So if you see me, I have a missing tooth, right? And I lost that tooth because I played in 11U when I was 8 years old. So I was 8 years old playing with girls that was 11 years old, and this girl clotheslined me and knocked my tooth out. And I said, you know what? If I lose my tooth for basketball, I gotta make it.
Dang.
I gotta make it. So I said that it gave me even a more drive to just be crazy and be one of the best that came out of Mercer County. But certain things, your knee, when you injury prone, it doesn't really work out the way you want it to work out. But God had other plans. And after that, I've always loved fashion. So I've also, I did the fashion design and I had a clothing line called OTA Clothing, which is coming back 2025.
What does OTA stand for?
Only the Africans.
Hey,
only the Africans.
Only the Africans. That's what it stands for. It has a lot of history back to it. It goes way back to something my brothers started from back in the day that just made us who we were in Trenton, New Jersey. Being African wasn't cool when we were young. So they had to stand out some type of way. They had to fight their way for respect. So they made a group called, OTA. So it's been around. We know, when you think about Liberians in Trenton, you think about OTA. Okay. So definitely,
shout out to you giving homage to
for sure.
That's facts. Like Trenton. Speaking about Trenton, that's where when I first came to America, right? I live in Atlanta. I moved to I lived in Salisbury, and I moved to Atlanta. And I live in Trenton. So I understand about the area she's talking about. to be African in Trenton, New Jersey, the beginning of American, they can misbehave over there. So
hey, listen, my brothers
the men had to basically put a group together.
They was Haitian sometimes just to make it home.
Yeah, they had to put a group together of people where like they had to stop all that bullying, all that like African booty scratching nonsense, and the beginning will actually you'll get physical with you, like it'll be a fight type situation. So big up to all the cats who, a lot of guys sacrifice their freedom to kind of like, stand up for it to be okay for Liberians to move around the way they're moving around in like some of these different, not only Trenton, other cities too. So big up to all the Liberians who, some of y'all know, some of y'all, y'all started as kids and then y'all probably got some more charges that add up and then it end up sending you guys back home to Liberia. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But but
thank you guys. I hate to be that person too, but it's so like sad and disgustingly disturbing how much the white man literally puts us against each other, because the person black that's probably attacking you because you African, and it's like, Pape, you're from where I'm from. Technically, you just don't know that you're from where I'm from. But since you have no sense of identity, now you're attacking me, who has sense of identity. And it's like, that's nothing but the white man making us kill each other.
But they planted to divide.
Yeah. They judge you for everything.
For sure.
Judge you for everything.
So on a lighter topic, when did you know promoting and hosting was like a thing for you? What was like the event that you was at that like, oh, it clicked?
So I've always been the life of the party before, I actually grabbed the mic. So I also was a part of a group of my cousins. We called ourselves the Headquarters. So we would do like different parties. Memorial Day weekend was our weekend. We would have a big cookout every year, do different things, we would just, lit. So actually, I think it was 2017 when I first launched Only the Africans brand. I had also did like a launching. It was on July 26th. I had a cookout, and that was my first time actually having to invite people out to come to an event of mine. And it was actually like, a really good turnout. So I said, okay, that was cool. That was a great, like a marketing, strategy for my clothing line. I didn't think anything of it at that time. 2018, once again, I'm like, you know what? Nobody's really doing anything for Liberian independence. So I'm like, you know what? Reached out to my cousin. I'm like, I want to have a junkyard party. 2018. He was like, what? I'm like, I want to have a party at your junkyard. At this time, like, it was a little chill spot. My cousin, big shout out to my cousin Orlando. He had a junkyard on New York Avenue in Trenton. So all the Pape, all the niggas that come over there and vibe, drink some, drink beer, talk, politics, play some music. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have a block party here. Well, I'm gonna have a junkyard party. He like, all right, whatever.
Whatever you think you could do.
Whatever you think I could do. And at this time, I think I was, in 2018, I'm 29 right now, so that's 7 years from now, so I was 22. Young buck. Even know what I was doing.
Baby,
I was a
29.
baby. 29.
You still a baby.
That's fine, thank God.
You have to say 29 year old baby.
That's good.
I'm 27. Like, I would have thought like you're so
good,
very mature. Yeah. You're very like,
definitely.
Yeah.
So,
still look good. She's still fresh. She still got a swag.
So like, everybody thought it was like, man, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna just do it. So I just started promoting, started putting my flyers out, different stores, different things like that. And actually that year, fellow friend of mine, he was also promoted at the time, his name was DJ Mello. At that time, he brought Wande Cole to Trenton. And when I pulled up to my when I pulled up to my own event, I was so shocked. I didn't even know it was my event. It was so many people in that junkyard. Imagine, you know how big a junkyard is.
It's got so much space. It's big, but
so many people in this junkyard. Do you know Wande Cole concert, it was empty because of my event? Do you know he came to my junkyard party? That's when I said, you know what? I got to do this for real.
It might be a calling, right?
Wande Cole came, and that's when he first dropped Iskaba. That was 2018. He came on the mic, started singing. I'm just like in awe. Like, this is not happening right now. Like, Wande Cole is in Trenton, New Jersey in the junkyard party. We in the trenches. Lit. This July 26th celebration. I said from that down, I'm just like, yeah, we taking it and going for it. My first event that I actually hosted was my best friend's graduation party. He like, yo, I need you to host it. You guys all know COG. So he like, yo, this host, I'm just like, bro, I've never done this before. But for some reason, when I touched that mic, I'm a very nervous person. You don't understand. I had so much anxiety coming here.
I was about to go right on that.
You would never even know. And I'm so straightforward. Every event I do to this day, I've been emceeing for 7 years. The heaviest shit I could put out. before every event. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You be
It don't
nervous,
matter,
right?
bro. I be so nervous. I lied to you not. I stopped at the Dunkin' Donuts I was at. I stopped there. I didn't get the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, honestly, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Wild,
But
No.
you would never know that. But when I touch a mic, all of that goes away. When I touched that mic, I was so scared, yo. I was so scared.
That's how I feel when I perform.
That
I'm very
two-faced
nervous.
personality,
Bro,
bro. I was just about to say that to you, right? Because
Like-
every time I see you, like, you an easygoing person before your show, before
you
your
get on the
event.
mic, right?
And then boom,
You would never know
when you
it.
grab the mic,
Once you take that
you're
shot,
like,
once you take that shot, that's you get
like the,
Bro,
yeah.
you know,
Look at do something to you, right?
you know,
Yeah.
it don't be the liquor. Is what I did before coming when I had to relax my body. What?
I mean, like that show you just had a jersey. Oh, the basketball
The game.
Event or the game?
You're the
Oh my
basketball
God.
event you hosting.
Like, I mean, like before it, like you was so super cool. I like, all right, cool. I like the swag. But when you held that mic again, I was like, nah, two personality always.
Yeah, it's when I touch the mic, all the
What's your song?
nervousness.
The
all
real
ices.
you.
Oh, fish. 2 fishes.
So
So how you
basically-
call that,
Icy.
like how you call that person that come out of you?
That's
The alter
ginger.
ego,
That's good time.
a good time,
That's
right?
good time, right?
That is good time.
Shout out to good time.
Shout out to
Yeah,
good
so
time.
basically-
I love that good time.
So basically, like, right? So right now in our industry, right, we don't really have an industry. Everybody we're trying to figure this shit out, right?
Right.
And everybody is playing different positions, right? So how do you feel like, how you think like the next level, how can you navigate through being a Liberian host, an MC? Because you're not really getting the opportunity to actually be on like big stages.
Right.
Because of, that's another problem another thing I keep talking about, right? I keep talking about this shit, right? Because if we don't understand what's really going on around us, if this shit don't open up, if these other cats don't play their part the proper way, we may just be doing things at a certain level. We may never ever get to where we gotta go
Right.
with all this hard work we put in. So how do you feel about how everybody operate in this space?
Well, for me, I would have to say I don't only identify as a Liberian MC. I identify as a international MC because I have done any nationality you can think of. I've done their events, and I'm not even talking about hosting parties. I'm talking about weddings. I'm not just your regular host and promoter that's in the club. I do professional events. I've then got flew out to Mexico to do a wedding. You know what I'm saying? I've done an Ecuadorian mixed with Nigerian wedding. I've done Sierra Leonean events. I've done Jamaican events. I've hosted Haitian parties. I've hosted American events. The Thunder Games is not a Liberian entity. That is a Black American event that happens in Trenton, New Jersey. So I don't consider myself as a Liberian MC. The way I will make it is from being international and showing what a Liberian person can do and how I can tap in with every type of culture.
Facts.
That's what makes Good Time who Good Time is.
Good
'Cause I
time.
can get on the mic and talk patois. I can get on the mic and speak Creole. I can go on there and turn a club on South Street from 0 to 1,000. People don't even know sometimes half the time I'm Liberian until I tell you I'm Liberian. So it's all about knowing how to reach everybody. When it comes to our culture in the industry right now, we have one country that's really running things, and that's Nigeria.
Niger babes.
Which is shout out to them because they did it the right way, right? So right now in our industry, you may not believe it, but they do gatekeep. They do gatekeep for themselves.
Very much.
It's not that we're not talented. It's not that we don't have
Yeah.
the ability to do the same thing that these Nigerian hosts or MCs or dancers are doing. It's just that they're for their people. And that's what Liberians need to start being, is for their people. Because once you show we're united,
Yeah.
people are going to tap in.
They're very community based. Even like
Very.
when you go out with like the regular Niger boys that you see me with, they all live together. They're like waking up in the morning, 8 o'clock, like, yo, I got an event on the 16th. You available, bro? Like going downstairs in their kitchen. Those are their morning meetings. Like
The money is inside.
the women who are in the room are the women who are adding to the table, who are the personal assistants or who
They're
are
supportive
cultivating
to one
certain
another. They
things.
basically, I think one thing we having problem with as Liberians, right? We don't understand if I have a relationship where you got to add something to me.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with them.
They just want to be there.
With them, relationship, you got to add something
Always.
to me. You have
Yeah.
to. You can't be around me if you're not adding shit to me. Like
Yeah.
that's what keep them going, because if this person can add to what they got going on, it makes it bigger, it makes it better. You feel me? So
Right.
that's one thing we got to also look into, because it's like we know a lot of us know one another, right? But it's like we find ourselves like going against one another. Like how I know you, but you go against me. there's no way we can kind of like figure how to actually go together.
Greed.
Yeah, it's like
it's just greed to me. It just always lays down as greed because
I think a lot of times it's ego, right? Because greed got to come with money. It's not a lot of money being made.
Come think about it, right? I mean, speaking of experience from you, right? There are a lot of shows in America. I mean, you host a lot of shows, and their attendance, like 40-50% are Liberians. Yeah.
We could really control the entertainment market in America.
Like we really
do.
Up.
African
like
market, we control that shit. I'm telling you.
Most definitely. Even when I think when I went to Afro Nation, 2022 or was it 2023?
Where was it in Miami?
Miami. That was one of the years. It was either 2022 or 2023. And the amount of Liberian flags you seen that was outside in this area. Too. And it's just like, wow, we don't even have a artist on this bill, or even a DJ, or even like
No, we did. I think we had DJ Monagali.
No, Mahogany wasn't in Miami.
No, she was in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she wasn't in Miami. But even when I was there, like Endo Champ was out there, Michael Blacksnow was out there. So we out here, like we got these connects, we got these different avenues and stuff like that. But we just gotta really brought out. I'm not gonna say like,
stay fighting on your dinner day. We don't know what in Liberian Ghanaian.
I know you're Ghanaian.
Man,
struggling with it.
So speaking on that, like, what's the Philly party scene like for you? I know for me it's lit. I love partying in Philly. It's the Africans in Philly do it for me every time. I didn't think I liked Philadelphia when I first got there because I was partying with Americans.
Okay.
And then when I started partying with the Africans, I said, "Oh wait, I've been doing it wrong the whole entire time."
Right.
So for you, what's your perspective on the Philly party scene?
Philly party scene, of course, it's when you say you talking about Afro beats or you talking about the Philly scene?
Anybody who eats beans and rice, like the Afro. Everyone's eating the beans and rice with us.
Afro beat scene in Philly, I would have to say, we do have a certain couple of people that have been holding it down. I wouldn't say that there's something that's really like stamped in Philly that says it's just Afro beats, other than Fridays at Reserve. Shout out to my guys, DJ Books, Psy, AQ. And Reserve,
Sam
Soundgasm, Sam K, all of these guys.
Sample and Sound.
Yep. So these are my guys. So on Fridays, definitely, when you come into Philly, there is somewhere to be at on Fridays that's going to cater to the Afrobeat scene. But other than Fridays, we don't really have that. And that's something that I'm trying to build right now, is that when you come to Philly, you're like, okay, what I'm going to look for on a Saturday for an Afrobeat scene. Really can't really say that much other than Royals. Because it's been around for so long. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, that's the problem. Nobody want to go to Royals.
Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm here. I'm going to be, as transparent as possible. At the end of the day, Royals has been around for a while. At a point in time, Royals was the place to be. So I give them that. Because at the end of the day, when after Saturdays, after an event, people end up at Royals. So at the end of the day, they doing whatever they doing. So shout out to DJ Gayu and them at, Royals and Clinton. Perry and all them guys. And DJ Shoe Chef. Mm-hmm. So, but for a stamp day in Philly for Afro beats, we don't have that on the weekends, which I'm also trying to curate, which we
need a Sunday brunch. We need a Sunday brunch. We need a Saturday night that lasts till 5 o'clock in the morning because we all party till 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going for Royal, so I can get robbed.
But we're coming up there. It's coming soon. Trust me.
Yeah,
this year we will
back
be having.
In the day, right? Philly. Back in the day, Philly, when it comes to African parties and Afrobeat, it was a good time,
For sure.
So, do you remember back in the day when you was coming up as an MC or promoter and stuff like that? What are some of the things you think that have changed over time to make that shift where it's it's a hit or miss now with African parties in Philly?
Well, one, I would say a lot of people have moved. That's one. We had this whole Midwest era. So the Midwest came and just woof.
Took all people there.
Fargo, Minnesota, Iowa, places that we never ever heard of before. Everybody living there now.
Carrying it there.
So I feel like a lot of people that was there, they kind of moved and migrated over there. And also people got older.
Mm-hmm.
And also, because I'm we're not doing no public flunking.
We're not. I think we're doing one. We're doing one.
I'm going to public fluck.
Yeah, slap them.
And this is what I will say where I feel like things in Philadelphia died, is when J-Biz, DJ Bossman, DJ Versatile kind of separated. And you guys, I can't curse on here, right?
You do your thing.
And you guys fucked it up for the Philadelphia scene. Here's the reason why I will say this, right? When it comes to I don't know what happened in between because at that time,
money been there.
me
What
and
did
my-
else
me and my
happen?
crew-
No, see, money been no happen, Jason.
wait.
No, hold on.
Let me public
Hold on.
fluck you first.
Hold on, that money been there. What did
Let me public fluck you first. At that time, when they was outside, me and my crew was just coming there and turning up. Shout out to headquarters. We was coming and turning up. So I don't know the ins and outs, but I do know
You lost that feeling
when they started branching off because it was SNG, BME, AMO, even my guys, Cool T, DJ Fonz.
Everybody together.
You know, everybody was together. So it means when we're at Shakira, everybody's at Shakira.
I'm jealous I didn't get
When
to go
we're
to
at the
Shakira.
lounge, everybody's at the lounge. When we're at Calabash, everybody's at Calabash. You feel me?
Yeah.
When we're on the field or when everybody's on the cookout, everybody is together. Y'all fucked it up for us. You guys are the reason why, and I'm going to say it like this, because you guys are the reason why now in Philadelphia, the people who are even younger than me, because honestly, in my age group, because I'm about to be 30, I don't know anybody else around my age that is doing what I'm doing right now. So right now, I'm kind of like in the middle. Because like who else right now is being an MC promoter that's my age, that's really doing what I've been doing. Right now is nobody. So it's just like I'm able to be with the older heads and I can be with my young boys. But because of the split that you guys did, the younger heads seen that. And that's why right now, even in Philadelphia, everybody's really like doing their own thing where we could really curate a different kind of movie that's just separately from July 26th. Because you realize that only people only want to come together on July 26th, but we have 364 days out of the year to
show
something big.
Every 3 months.
So
No,
again,
no, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that split. But the reason why that split took place because of like Bossman was the one that made that decision, right? Was based off because like the way he was running his operation, the way he ran his operation. Because number one, I'm not a DJ, right? You got Bossman a DJ, versatile DJ. So now they're thinking, saying, okay, since we are DJs and all that stuff, then we can go ahead, we can just go do our own thing. Basically, that's what it was. Based on just greediness and just trying. Bossman was very smart, very calculative, right? So I was all that minding my business in Bristol, running my movie myself, me and my boy there. Boom, he came, he saw my momentum, boom, brought me, joined me together, versatile doing his thing, boom, put all together, get together, boom. We running, you see it, you say, okay, because you know what he should do? The Eventbrite.
So would you say that
the Eventbrite account, he created it, right?
Okay.
So all those databases was collecting over years.
Oh, so you're doing your own thing already?
So I was doing my own thing already.
Oh, you had your own thing
so
going on.
I had my own thing going on. Then we all came together.
Oh, you said that my boss, the boss man showed my boss man the way. And
I'll do my own thing.
My boss man was doing your own thing before boss man king.
Yeah, so
correction.
So then my boss is very smart. Yeah. He's smart. Like he's very, but
would you say
his smartness can always don't be the good thing for him. Some smartness you can be too smart for yourself, too smart for yourself. Yeah. So what he did was all the Eventbrite, he was the one that set it up. So he collecting database.
Yeah, all the emails.
So he feel like, boom, once I get rid of these cats, I can still run my own movie. But the problem he was facing is he had a lot of the people that was supporting him was getting it for free. Yeah. A lot of his backing was free people.
Because of money been in my butt.
So me, I never had back. A lot of my fights in Philly was based off of me making people pay the enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you be my friend, but my brother, if you come in to support me, what support? You just in the play, you just can't sit there, you can't take up space, you're not paying to get there. What are you doing there? So that's what really happened with that whole shift was because Mr. Buzzman, he too smart for his head.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a good era. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was a good era. Every Friday, Saturday.
So you missed it?
No, I did. I definitely missed it because it made sense around that time because Liberian culture was running shit in Philly, bro.
I remember growing up. My sister is what? She's 40. She's 40. I remember growing and being jealous that she was going to Shakira.
Yeah,
and she was going to all these places like every weekend. That was her thing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like she was outside in Philly.
We were still in my Mercedes van.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like actually, Philly was like capital of Liberian entertainment, right? Like anybody want to go out. Now people kind of Philly is a hit or miss. It's like
it's dead, especially after COVID.
Yeah, it's like it's a hit or miss. But like I said, at the end of the day, right? I feel like another problem we facing though, JT, is that we all not operating off like we all have the same goals to why we do this, right? Mm-hmm. Some people do this to be famous, some people do this to make money, some people do this to eat show on their friend end. So we have the same agenda.
You know what I feel like the problem is that people are not transparent. Because honestly, just be upfront about your intentions, because I'm always upfront about my intentions. Like, even, like, for example, if I say we were doing a business together, right, and it's not working out, I'm going to let you know it's not working. I'm going to go and tell you before you hear from somebody else, I'm taking my business elsewhere. So it's not like a back door. Liberians like to do things sly way. And that's my problem. That's why I say I'm very Americanized. I don't do anything sly way, because one thing about me, you can't beat my ass. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to do what I want to do, because I think I'm grown. So it's just about the way that they go about things, and it makes it look so slimy when it's not really like that. A regular conversation will end a lot of beefs that people have. A lot of things that happen is off of miscommunication. Lack of miscommunication. That be the number one issue that people start beefing with for years. Lack of communication. Just be straightforward. Just be straightforward with me. That's where I feel like we really go. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to come be famous over what we're doing together. That's cool. That's your prerogative. I want to make money, so let's see how we can work something out.
Speaking of beating ass.
Ooh, let's get spicy.
Right? Oh, you guys.
Yeah, I was pissed. I saw you were in the club. I don't know if you made it. I saw Musa was there. Musa was like, oh, I thought you would have just walked in. No one called my phone. And then I wake up and I see you were in the street.
Ooh,
you were in the
We're
street.
in the fries, chat.
Why were you in the street doing that to that lady?
We're in the fries.
You were like this. You were literally swinging the girl.
I'm sorry. I have to let you guys know before. I was an MC.
I ain't gonna.
I was a menace.
Like before she go further, right?
Uh-huh.
No one called me.
I was like, I froze. Like,
but you guys had what
you were sitting in front of it,
bro. Blue martini. What are you talking about?
Blue martini. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I was like, look, I was like, that good time, man.
Yeah,
white tee off. You was ripping edge on off. You was King Kong.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like what I would have to say about the situation, because even though it's not a situation I'm proud of, because at the end of the day, that was the establishment that I was working at, and I have a lot of respect for that establishment. Let me just start off like that before I make it, a joke or anything like that.
Okay.
In that situation, I was protecting someone, because that's my natural, that's who I am as a person. Like, if somebody who I'm with or anybody who I'm, dealing with or anything in that moment of time is in danger, I go in protection mode. And at that moment, that's what it was. So you guys seen me on protection mode, and also another side that doesn't need to be outside.
Yeah. So who are you protecting?
So that's why I'm always, very bubbly, wanting to be the life of the party, because that you don't want to, for sure. We don't want that. But again, things happen. We and you know what? I just
who were you protecting and why? Why were you protecting them? What happened? What were we doing in the club? I heard my story, but I want to know the truth.
I mean, I would just say
I heard you was on the mic talking crazy.
I was on the mic talking crazy.
You was? Okay.
I'm always on the mic talking crazy. Because somebody gonna check me. That's why. But it wasn't even that. That's not even why it even happened. It honestly was something that wasn't even about that. It was somebody I came to the club with. She got into an altercation outside. I was inside at the point. And it's so funny because they called me outside telling me what was going on. And I came outside and everything just went left really quick. So I was coming out there to defuse the situation, but then I had to get in protection mode because it's...
Oh, yeah, but you defused that situation the right way. It was really diffused.
That was what you call a modern day public
He said diffuse the situation.
That was the definition of public fucking. But again, I'm not proud of that. But
I think
Liberian,
you should also show that you have some sense of vulnerability and that we all make mistakes, especially in the nightlife. We're playing with liquor. We're playing with people's emotions. You never know what you're going to come across and deal with. I do think you have the right to defend yourself no matter what. I'm not even one of those people who say don't fight.
If you guys seen the video, I was fighting multiple people at the time. It's just that people tried to jump me and I still win. Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that.
But of course, I had to defend myself and had to defend a person that, in my life.
Yeah, so, are you finding that balance between love and hate? I kind of think about it, right?
Because in the city,
your people are loyal to you.
Yeah,
definitely. You got some loyal folk.
And she has a very good supportive background. Like
since you left Blue Martini, right? Like a whole group of people just walk out of Blue Martini.
Yeah.
And just follow you.
It wasn't it wasn't a decision of mine because, like I said, I love Blue Martini, still do.
Are you not there no more?
No,
she's not.
Even
bro, come on.
I haven't been to Blue Martini since
I went there. I went there.
Since I didn't go to Blue Martini.
I was at Blue, right?
I haven't been there.
I knew the poster was
missing. That's why you wearing Bossman birthday.
That's why Blue Martini. He went to Blue Martini. Tell me.
But yeah, but at the end of the day, what I will say is that I feel like, yes, things went left there, but it wasn't a decision of mine to like, leave. I feel like people like me, but then again, it's just like they like me for their own gain. And once you go over their heads, it kind of goes over them. So at the end of the day, like I said, shout out to Blue Martini, but life goes on and it's always bigger and better.
Yeah, but did you learn anything from that? From that situation, like
definitely put myself first always. Like certain things you just got to walk away, because one thing about me, how I was raised, where I'm from, I can never see my man's outside and something going on crazy and I'm not coming in there. That's this law. So for me, I've had to learn over the years to separate the hood shit from the professional shit.
Definitely.
And I'll be honest with anybody and tell you that, like, you have to separate that, because there's always going to be somebody who's trying to bring you back. And I have been some times where I've then been drawn back, and that was a situation where a lot of people have never seen that side of me, and now they like, whoa, who and what happened? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because I heard you used to be knocking heads back in the day.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And when I heard that, I said, you lying. They said, yo, she used to fight boys. Like, she would really knock boys. I'm like, which I respect, because I fight boys too. So I
that's
love
facts.
that.
That's facts, though, that you was able to learn from that.
But yeah.
Because when you operate in the entertainment field, I say there's a lot, right? People from different spaces, right?
Yes.
Different reality.
You never know who's seeing you.
So, end of the day, you can't really like move off of how somebody is approaching you, because you don't know what their reality is, basically. Like, they might be don't have no sense. So they say, when Chris man throw rock at you, you run behind that Chris man. You understand? It makes you crazy too. So end of the day, like, you gotta understand that part, because I feel like you have a lot that you still have to do. You understand? And you have grace, you blessed, you moving, you're doing your thing, but you gotta certain things you gotta like politic with entertainment.
Right, for sure, definitely.
That's why some of us don't really do certain things, because we know, boom, it's not gonna work for us down the line. You feel me? So you gotta definitely, if you learn from that, big up to you.
Do you regret anything that happened that night?
Definitely. I felt like, number one, I should have stayed behind in my job and never came outside to help anyone. Because at the end of the day, if you were a person that was supportive of me, you never want to put and you respected me as an individual, you never put me in a position to be able to lose out on anything to be able to protect you.
But don't you think the one thing about Philly culture, like, besides us just being African, just talk about Philly in itself, people are aggressive. The mannerism, how we operate, everything is very much like upfront, like in your face. Right. So it's very hard when you live in a state like that or a system like that to avoid drama.
I understand that, but in this situation, this could have been 100%, 110% avoided.
Okay.
This was a situation that never should have even happened. And again, the situation that I was put in to protect someone. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I get that. Everybody in Philly is rough. And I'm not from Philly, so I know, like, and that's why people, I feel like they take to me a lot, because I'm not so aggressive.
You wasn't raised into that aggressive speech.
I'm very friendly. Like, so when I come to Philly, when I was dating someone from Philly, I was so Joe. I'm Joe because I'm so friendly with everybody. I'm laughing with everybody and things like that. So, like, the Joe culture in Philly, I feel like you can't be too nice. You can't big up your friend too much, or you dick eating, or you just being on their top too much because you clout chasing.
So people
where
like that,
from,
keep away
we're
from.
cool. Where I'm from, it's okay like that. I am my friend's biggest fans.
Yeah,
I'm the one that's going to comment on my friends on their comments 3 times. I'm going to share it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to send it out. But I'm not. They're not going to consider me as a dick eater. That's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between me being in Philly and me being the way I am. That's how I feel like I kind of was able to maneuver a little bit quicker in Philly, because I'm not from Philly. But people, you would think I'm in the Philly nightlife. You would think I'm from Philly, but because of how I am, my personality was able to, like, okay, this girl is
setting you aside from the other people who are like trying to be too hard in this room or trying to.
Because I'm really here to have a good time.
Have a good time.
I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to make sure that everybody is enjoying themselves. I'm going up to everybody. You see me working in places. I'm going in Blue Martini. I'm dancing with people. Everybody. I'm here to entertain everyone. So it's hard for you to see that type of energy and be like, and hate on it. Even though people do. But it's just like, she just here to turn everybody up. But I'm not being stush. I'm not being stuck up about it. Like, everybody, like, I tell people that I'm gonna make a hood nigga dance. They gonna bop with me. Cause it's just like, she really just here for the vibe. I'm not here on no BS and nothing like that.
Nah, I think when I caught y'all at ISL, like what, 2 weekends ago, I was so happy when I walked in and I saw everyone in the room. I was like, I'm so lucky. Like I was so lucky. I felt so lucky. It was a vibe.
It was a good event. It was
so lit.
He was not there.
But that happened like after.
Yeah, he didn't go. He wanted to come.
After the club.
I called him to come.
Shut down, right? Like 2:00.
I got to the club by 3. Like,
nah, he talking about Blue Martini and stuff.
Yeah, that was after. I mean,
yeah, it was after the club.
That was outside the. I mean, that was after the club hours. And that was outside the club.
No, but you still at work. That's your place of work.
Yeah.
So
like I said, there was a lot of politics that went behind.
I think that decision
some other shit went behind it, right?
It was, and I do agree.
What's a harsh decision? Because that was after the club hour. And that was outside the club hour. Come on.
Yeah, how many times people fire Blue Martini?
I would have to agree with that because again, there was no like proper discussion about whatever happened.
So I remember I told you about my boy. My boy can build in there. He found where to get rid of people in there. I tell you, man, he's cool, but he's a very strategic man. He'll build shit and then he'll get rid of everybody else around out there he built. So he can eat here one.
Because kind of think about it, right?
About boss man.
Yeah, that's how
kind of think about it, right?
So you just have to admit one mistake made you out of the hand. You get.
But but I would have to say that because one thing I'm very transparent. There was no proper decision. There was no proper discussion about anything that went down that night because again, there were certain things that happened prior to avoid the situation that happened, but it wasn't taken in place. But like I said again, one thing about me, God don't play about me. So, I've been booked every Sunday since I've left Blue Martini. So, and again, I'm booked all the time, but like Sunday was that was my day. That's a free day for me.
You know what I'm saying? On Friday.
So just like, but again.
No, we're going to give you Saturday. We're going to get Saturday. I'm going to get Saturday up. We getting Saturday.
So it's like, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason.
So I won the Blue Martini, right? And then I realized that a puzzle was missing. And then I came out. It was like, oh yeah, but GoodTime is out. So my reaction to that, like what the boss man do about it?
He doesn't have a good
No, hold on. No. Listen. So you see the thing about me?
Fries, my boy.
No. So you see the thing about me, right? I'm not saying this based off of anything, right? I'm saying this based off of who I am as a person. I'm loyal. With the kind of relationship that the both of you understand, had or your guy going on, that makes me ask that question. And this is exactly the person responds. That's not J-based. And the person said, the cat can eat baby. You understand? So I was like, But if you're telling me that the cat can eat baby, you understand me? I'm a Liberian man. Right there, because I was like, nah. First of all, this is a question I asked. I said, the fight took place outside the club. It was after the club hour. But that decision was way too harsh. Coming to talk about it, like her time, her energy, and everything, like the life she put into Blue Martini, bro. But anyway, it is what it is.
It was empty.
One thing about me, everywhere GoodTime go, I follow. Yeah, I'm a GoodTime now, bro.
That was the same day for the all white though, so
But even so who was Sam was DJing? Sam was DJing, and then I came in with Books. Me and Books were just already going to get a section just to vibe out. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't working, but then Sam came up to Books and handed him the mic and was like, "Oh, can you spit on the mic while I'm spinning?" Because he didn't want the other guy talking on the mic. So that was the one thing I did notice, but I didn't know previously that was your stationary spot every Sunday. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense, and I don't think that was a smart decision for Bossman to do, especially before his birthday party.
Nah, but at the end of the day, right? Boss man, I love you. At the end of the day, the thing about it, right, is basically like, as a businessman myself, I don't know what I would have did if I saw one of my employees outside 40. You understand? But
you're supposed to stand behind your
I don't know if
that's the thing. But that's the thing, though.
Yeah, that's the thing about it too.
I don't really want
you about to fire somebody. You ever selling shisha?
I can't.
Like again, the decision wasn't.
They close our whole lounge because shisha. Because what shisha?
Man.
I don't think the decision wasn't
shut our lounge down in Philly. You got one shisha.
I don't really think the decision was also made off of that, was only made off of it had to be only made off of that because respectfully.
You're doing a good job.
We see Blue Martini from when I was there and when I was not there.
That's family.
So what I will say is that the decision wasn't only made off of him. Do I feel like it could have been backed more? It could have been, fought more a little bit because again, the stance I have here and what I've been doing here for it's about to be almost a year. So again, I feel like it could have been
almost a year now.
Almost about to be a year.
Really flop.
Yeah, so again, so I do have my certain reserves about it, but like again, I don't take L's. I take lessons.
But the management was not willing to lose boss man at the same time, lose you at the same time. Coming from the business perspective.
No, but the thing about blue, like the real problem is, right? We need to start owning shit, bro.
Simple as that.
That's the big problem. You don't control shit of your own shit, bro. Simple. That's the problem with physical Liberians. We don't own shit. We just go to other people's shit, establishment, and act like
build it.
What are you talking? You have a whole clock. What are you talking
about? No. I'm saying that's the main reason why, right? That's the reason why I left this whole nightlife shit, right? I literally like.
But you saying us Liberians don't have it?
No, I mean like more other Liberians, not just
you don't want to do it. Okay.
You have to
lead by example, though.
Yeah. So that's why I live, because literally, like we literally making these clubs. The club owner there, right? You a promoter, you promote a party, nigga making $20,000 to the bar. And you walk in with 3,000, 5,000, you gotta share with DJ, gotta pay their person. That shit don't add up to me.
That's why you get a manager.
That's the reason why I just sat down. I said, that boy's gonna enjoy themselves to the club. And one day, the club owners, when you build that spot up, they'll find some kind of small thing to get rid of you with. Small, one mistake you made, you out of there with them. Because they know they already built a momentum. They can get another promoter that's going to take nothing.
So I feel like that was the whole thing. We already had it. Literally, I ain't going to lie. From my birthday, from when I had my birthday at Blue, until like it was a crazy one. From that month until the month my brother had his party that night. Unfortunately.
That birthday party that was little one down too, right?
Yeah, it was a very lit night. Oh my God, I came alive. Whoa.
I think we was out that night. I was with you.
You thought my brother Bones was CIC. Bro had both sides filled, okay?
But so about like our industry, right? Like the gatekeepers. Let's kind of talk about that a little bit, right? Because I feel like that's really what been happening for the past like 7 to 8 years. Because I go to Liberia, right, and I had an opportunity to go back and forth a lot, right? And I see how much talent we have in Liberia with other kids that we never ever seen before. We never ever seen or heard about them before. Mm-hmm. Talented, got the look, got the idea to push us for other nationalities to kind of vibe with our music. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. What's your input on that?
When it comes to Liberian music, I feel like one, Liberians in America and Liberians in Liberia, we need to start coming together. We need to start doing collaborations. We need to start doing all type of things together because like we got to go worldwide. Like that's one thing. I feel like Liberians just have a chip on the shoulder, and I don't get it.
Entitlement?
Entitled to what? That's what I be trying to figure out.
We have nothing, and we're very entitled. We think we're better than everybody, and we're not.
I don't really know why everybody has a chip on their shoulder. I understand. Like, let me just say it like this. After you go through a lot of things and a lot of trials and tribulations, like, yes, you do have a chip on your shoulder sometimes because people can't play with you anymore. Because I feel like sometimes I have to be like that as well because you just can't, after putting in so much work, you just can't allow people to play with you.
And protect yourself, right?
You have to protect yourself. But it's just like, I just feel like right now, Africa is cool right now. So right now, I feel like when it comes to like, we just got to put the pride to the side so we can put Liberia up there. Because the money's going to come. We got the best food. Our culture is crazy. Our action is crazy. Like, it is so...
Our women.
Bro,
they got
women
small,
are crazy, bro.
Small waist, nice ship.
Son.
Speaking about women, let's talk about Sonny as you. So how you being...
They look...
how you being Liberian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
happy Pride Month.
How is it being Liberian, right? And you tap into like a different frequency, like what our culture accepts. Like, how has that been?
Okay, so
from your family standpoint?
We're going to take this back.
Yeah.
To like, let me say
when did you come up?
Yeah, when did you feel like you had to?
This is real spicy. Oh wow. Okay, my personality, you guys know, I don't hold water. I'm very straightforward, and I've been like that since the day I was born. So me coming out was very easy for me. It was just for everybody else to get on board. That's how I kind of carried it. That's how I feel like reason why, because I'm not going to lie. Growing up, my mom is a pastor, so I'm a pastor's kid. Grew up in the church.
It's a tough one.
Okay? I spent 6 days out of 7 in the church. Mm-hmm. Okay? So when it comes to the Bible...
The back of your hand.
Everything. So it's just like, I come from a very religious background, but I was always instilled in a very young age to be me. Whoever doesn't like it, whoever does, And that's just how I've been about it.
That's a tough one, though, right?
So, very tough.
Very tough.
Very, very tough. And let me say, shout out to my mother. Shout out to my mom, okay? Shout out to my mother because she is the reason why who I am today. And to be who she is in the community, not only in this New Jersey, my mom travels just like me and preaches all over. For her to be able to support me, who I am for the many years, to stand by me, I could commend her. I give her that. I take my hat off to my mother for that. Because no, everybody cannot do that. Especially with the daughter that I have, that I'm so flamboyant, I do not care about whatever anybody has to say about me. So I came out very early.
How old was you?
I would say like...
No, so...
How old?
Well, like out of my mouth, saying it out of my mouth, I would say like in middle school.
Dang.
But my aura...
It was always...
Like my baby pictures, I was rocking Pele and Coogee. So it was just like I lied to you not. Like back in the day, like 96, like I was a tomboy. I was breaking glass tables and stuff like that. I started playing basketball at 3. So I was already wearing basketball shorts and sweatpants every day. Like 7 years old. Shout out to Miss Berger. Miss Berger was fine as hell. Sorry.
So like you never been, bro. There was never the time, or you haven't never seen a guy.
But of course.
I mean, like, you never seen a good-looking guy before that you get attracted to or something like that.
Have you ever dated a man before?
Of course.
Because kind of thing about it, I mean, like I've been shooting my shot. I've been shooting my shots. You know, I've been shooting my shot.
I go out every day and I get hit on by men.
So all the time.
Have you
ever dated a man before?
Have I dated a man? Yeah, I could have been a basketball wife. Oh, yeah? I lied to you not. The person I dated back in the day.
Well, he just did a snap.
He played professional basketball. And he played overseas.
No, dating is everyone tasting.
So
yeah, my mate.
Again, you have to try it. You know.
You gotta make sure.
Like, I'm not gonna say make sure. I knew. Yeah, I knew. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I knew. But it was just like, in a moment, it was just like, okay, I got a little basketball love story. Freshman on varsity.
Like on paper,
you know what I'm saying?
It look great.
On paper, it's on great. In school, it's on great.
Yeah.
But when I feel like I was a more, the boy a little bit woomerish. It was like
that. You got to tighten
that out. So, and it's so funny the guy that I actually dated, he's gay.
Oh my God! You see, you got it wrong.
Oh no, yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that. So that one don't count.
Trust me, no. Again,
that one don't count.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, definitely. This is a real conversation though, because
they need a light skin dude.
A lot of young guys are going through this situation. A lot of guys who are in our community, in the closet. It's like they can't really like come out. My man, truth I tell you, bro.
Mostly equipped.
Real talk. Truth, and it's it's okay to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is though. But I feel like
Pride Month
because of who I am. That's why people like. How many people then put their nose up in the air like, oh my God, I don't want to do my event. It's okay.
I would think that because as a Liberian, like how old school we are.
But from since young, you had to respect me. It wasn't an option. That's the thing.
It's natural.
Nothing but yourself.
Not exactly.
It's natural. You can fight it. Yeah.
I've never been like, yes, I'm gay, but am I disrespectful? Mm-hmm. Am I all these other qualities of a person? I still uphold them. So my sexuality cannot overpower that because I'm still respectful. I'm still the person that you can come to for anything. I'm going to be helpful with everything. I'm still in the church. I'm still so it's just like I'm never going to sit here and let my sexuality identify who I am. And they had to respect that. So like all the Omars, they love me. Mm-hmm. They love it. You wouldn't even think that's possible, but they love it because why? I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not pushing my sexuality on you. I'm coming to do my job and to go. Now there's a couple of them that they done been in my inbox because they wanted a good time.
One was a good time. Right? Oh, all kind of on-court point out community.
Listen,
you never know.
Let me tell you something. Right? Come out. Nothing's for. It's 2025. Come on.
Chill.
I think it's too much. Even with who was the recent president
y'all
who
stop tipping me, man. No, I said I stopped tipping me. It's okay.
That was a whole thing as well when her son was gay. Wasn't her son gay? Or was it? Helen
Johnson. Yeah,
Helen Johnson.
But the thing her son was doing, her son was like using her influence to turn the beginning out. That one different.
Oh, he was.
The beginning. When I saw town, the beginning. The beginning get mad.
Wait. So this is what I want to ask you. Are you sure? Because everybody has free will. Are you sure that they were turning them out?
Because
let me say something. Do you know they used to say that? I lied to you not. When I remember one time my mom came to me when I was like, I was outside. She's like, yeah, people say you go into the people churches and you trying to recruit their children. So that's what I'm asking you. Are you sure he was trying to recruit them?
No,
or they just gay?
No, once you go Liberia, you'll know what I'm talking about.
But the problem with him, right?
Or they just like,
but the problem with Robert Owen, right?
And they just want to be on the low key, but he's not.
Yeah, but the problem with Robert Owen, right? He let it scroll, man, and so he's stay to the gym. He to get muscle. How you won't be a man? How you won't be a man, but you won't scroll man?
The reason why I say that for, right? Because
it's funny.
If you go to Liberia, right, and the struggle is real. Like, one thing I always say this about my people, we got to be real with our reality, right? Sometimes we want to just skip it mentally.
So the hot down you
we're trying to skip our reality mentally about what really happening over there. The struggle is real.
The hot down you give, bro.
So you're trying to say that niggas is selling for
some cats, even some cats in America.
What they call it, gay for pets?
Some big time fly boy in there, right here.
Oh, we know.
Now they can buy their clothes and they be wearing.
One day I might drop a list because I don't care.
Oh yeah,
I can't beat my ass.
Drop 2 right now in the fly.
I can't drop 2 right now.
I
Nah. I'm telling y'all niggas gotta come out, man. Y'all everywhere. Ain't nothing to be hot.
The DJ,
we have a DJ.
No, you can't say you can't say you're gonna do a whole list. You can't do one.
I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Give me something.
I'm just gonna say we do have a DJ.
No, we still love y'all though. We still, regardless,
where he DJ at?
Whatever you guys own, we still love y'all. We love y'all, man.
Where he DJ at?
And we begging y'all to come out because we'll still love y'all. We'll not treat y'all no differently. Whatever, you will still be who you are.
I just feel like it's harder for men. And we just gonna make that shit because it's harder for life for men.
It's tough. It is.
It's harder for men because at the end of the day, you guys go through different things than we go through. Granted, it's easier for women to come out and say, yes, she's loving to another woman.
Yeah, for a family to accept it.
You feel me? And for a family to accept it. Or, I mean, it's hard either way, but it's more, it might, over time.
It's very graphic though, you get.
No, listen.
For a man, it's a graphic.
No, bro, I don't say graphic. Say it's very dangerous. It's dangerous for a man.
No, it's not.
It's
I like
dangerous.
it. He's like, be yourself.
I don't feel that. It's very dangerous. Female, it's not a problem.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up on the beautiful.
Y'all can be yourself, y'all. Y'all can be yourself.
What is one party trend though? Like, because I think you did your public fucking already, right?
Yeah, public fuck these old time promoters.
Yeah, we gonna get him.
Oh God!
But what's one party trend like you wish that would die out that people do in the club?
A party trend?
Like, what's a trend that people do in the club that you wish would die out? Actually, you know what I want them to bring back? Because when I was in reserve on Friday, I was with some girl. This girl, she had money. She got 3 1942 bottles. She don't drink. And she got Clase Azul. And she got Bel Air. We went home with 5 bottles and she don't drink.
Just sat it down there.
She gave me a bottle and said, walk around the club and go find girls for us. They don't do that anymore. I feel like sections.
I do that, but I can't speak on everybody else.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of times the men who get sectioned, they be like 20 people deep and nobody can come in.
The man can put them out together, you get?
But definitely is a trend in the club that I definitely don't like. If you're a man,
get off the section couch.
If you are a man,
don't share who go in for there.
First, oh my God,
who got $40?
I just feel like if you're a man and you are not contributing to a section,
don't drink that liquor.
You should feel some type of and I'm not saying you feel the type of way, but just come correct. Like, don't come in here acting like you really did something and then, you know what I hate? You didn't pay for the section, but you have 3 people behind you.
You've been to the gas and they're going to sit on the table.
No, then
you don't even have the audacity to be like, you know what, at least a little $100. Something towards the bottle.
Actually, customize.
Or buy a couple of hookahs, because you know your girl's going to come here and want to smoke the hookah that's on the table. Contribute to the section. I don't really care for section because I'm the dancing type of MC. I'm not the one that sits behind the DJ booth. I want to, move around the party. Let's dance.
They have a good time.
Females, this is to my ladies, right?
Tell them.
Oh, let me take this back. I lied. Bump the sections, bump the guys. Y'all run your movie. Nobody cares. Females, what we need to take away is why don't we dance in the club anymore?
They're too cute.
Why do we only dance on our friends? I am from the era where the walls would literally sweat.
Yeah. What's it? Give me
If
a Wally.
you know,
Give me a Wally.
If you know, you know. The walls will sweat. The whole culture of, I'm going to dance on my girl.
It's corny.
It's so corny.
Yeah. So
it's so corny. I can't stand it. Like, it's okay. Like, I understand that some guys,
too, the men are a little too comfortable.
And I think, like how? Everybody's not a creep.
But no, a lot of them get creepy. A lot of them get creepy.
But everybody's not a creep. Yo,
a lot of them get creepy.
That's fine, but then there's people in the club that we get bitches on a regular. A regular dance is a regular dance. Everybody's not like that.
But it's just like you dance with him one time, now you gotta dance with him the whole night. Now it's just your boyfriend, your husband.
You feeling it?
I'm not here.
You're making it seem like you dancing on me though.
You feeling my vibe?
You gonna come back and if you like how I whine, you're gonna come back to whine on me. But I'm just saying, yo, females, let's dance. Like we're here to party. Let's have fun. I understand you out with your girls, you want to party on your girls, stuff like that. Like everybody's not a creep. Everybody's not trying to fill on you, stuff like that. We're here to dance and have a good time.
Have a good time.
Let's cancel that culture. We just dancing on our friends because the guys is doing too much. Because some of y'all girls do too much as well. I done got groped before on stage, dancing, all that. So please, we outside to have a party and dance and have fun. Let's just keep it that way.
What's your next event? Shout it out so we can.
My next event, you already know. I have a couple things coming up. Juneteenth in Trenton, New Jersey on June 19th. You guys are not doing anything. I'm doing a blackout in Trenton, New Jersey.
Doing it outside? Is it outdoor, indoor?
Outdoor. We're doing it all day. Juneteenth is going to be one big black ass cookout. That's the name of it. That's June 19th. Of course, you know, July 26th in Trenton, I always hold it down. This year, let me just formally invite in the Fries podcast. This year, I'm collaborating with the Liberian Community Associations in metropolitan areas in New Jersey, PA, and also right now, Delaware. I am putting together a unity parade for entire Liberia. So it has nothing to do with just one group. I'm inviting all Liberians all over the tri-state area. If you can travel to come out, that will be July 20th. We'll be kicking off that entire week.
In Trenton,
so when
right?
you guys, yes, in Trenton, New Jersey, they'll be raising our flag. The mayors, different officials will be there. And I'm inviting all the different cities. New York, Philly. I need Staten Island. We right next to each other. Staten Island, New York. Philadelphia, Trenton, Delaware, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maryland, the DMV. I'm calling everybody out to do an all Liberian unity parade. Right. We need to show some type of unification. This has nothing to do with a group. This is for everybody. I want everybody to be on this road with your different banners, with your flag, with your flashy cars, you name it.
I'm like, can we get a float? I want to be on the queen of the float.
We're doing all of that, and it's definitely going to be sponsored by a lot. Like, again, we're about to roll it out. I'm not rushing. Reason why I haven't been active like that, with crazy promotion, because there's a lot that's going into it this year, because this is something that we're trying to make it worldwide. We're not keeping it small to this,
I'm calling it parade day.
block. Yeah. We're trying to stamp this in New Jersey, because as we all do know, when it came to July 26th in Trenton, New Jersey, that was the place to be.
Back in the day,
you was in Trenton.
Trenton was definitely the
that was the standpoint when it came to celebrating July 26th in America. So we're trying to bring that back in a parade. So
don't you feel GoodTime JT? You think it's about time for you to take your talent other places you get?
I travel all the time.
Don't you feel like, no, but I'm saying.
We just in Miami last week. We just in Fargo, Minnesota.
You feel like it's time to take your talent to other places in order to really showcase, so they can see a Liberian MC who actually can move shit.
Most definitely. We in the works, but.
Bro, she's good.
So for you to, cause this how I see it, right?
Uh-huh.
If I'm in the city, if I'm running shit for boom, I gotta leave so other people can come up.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, give people opportunity for them to kind of.
But that's the reason for this unity parade. That's the reason why the unity parade is not on July 26th. It's before it.
Okay.
So when future references, when you want to book the biggest Liberian MC internationally and in America, I may be available.
So you get to move around.
It
makes sense.
For right now, I love Trenton, New Jersey. That's my heart. So for right now, until somebody can be able to come up and be like, I want to do this, I'm backing their play 1,000%. I already have a couple of my young ones that's going to come up and do it and take over. And I'm going to back it.
Definitely.
But for sure. But right now, we still
left Philly, so finesse nigga and Jordan said. You have to leave. You gotta leave for us much. The beginning can come up and do their thing.
For sure, for sure.
Leave the children's name alone.
Definitely.
Leave the children's name alone.
No finesse. Then I'm giving them their flowers. They're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. We had to leave for them to. You got to move. You got to remove yourself, right? So they can,
definitely.
The growth.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you, Miss JT.
Big up to JT coming through, man. Appreciate the conversation.
For showing up, showing out. I can't wait to see your next event.
Me, I still want to get out one. Just give me one knee of.
Please, come on, give us something so that people can. Who? No, you're really not supposed to out people though. You're really not supposed to do that. You're really not.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
You know I'm not.
I'm joking.
being
Just know that I know you're not loved. That's all.
Honestly, everybody really DL to me.
They
I'm
not
gonna lie.
loved.
Everybody
so funny,
DL.
but
I don't care. Everybody's what? Fluid? That's what we gonna call it? There's some fluidity.
Definitely.
I did a picture.